most powerful moves get made silently and strategically. I'm going to say that again for the ones in the back. The most powerful moves get made silently and strategically. Remember I said that. I'm going to explain why. But first and foremost, man, I want to give a shout out to the black men that got their shit together. Taking care of their household. I don't care if your job is minimum wage, man. And you handling your responsibilities, man. You an MVP, you dig? And shout out to the black men whose shit ain't together but got a plan. And they striving, they waking up every day, and with them 24 hours they get daily, they making a better step to getting their shit together. And they motivated to getting their plan into action. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all men. Shout out to the men taking accountability for their mistakes. Because that's the only way you're going to be great. Accountability for your mistakes is the only way to be great. Shout out to y'all, man. Round of applause. Real MVPs, man. Now, with that being said, before I go in, we loading the clip. And we about to give these niggas a whole lot of rounds. Let's get to it. I took a liking ever since I've been on YouTube with a couple people. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the phase. I'm trying to make up for lost time, man, for giving the last 20 years of my life playing in the streets. Wasted time. You know what I'm saying? I got a business. Ain't too much to brag about, but I brag on the inside to myself because it's mine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm building it. I'm dreaming bigger than what I'm told I should be dreaming. And I'm going to get there. You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm doing something with my 24 hours to push and soak up game, take in more knowledge, and become a better man every day. I hold myself accountable for a lot of mistakes I've made. So with that being said, I like to, check out what I think is good examples of black men with their shit together. Real black men. Real examples, you know what I'm saying? 2 examples that I've taken a liking to since I started being on YouTube. A cat named Tariq, Nasheed, and another cat I just got hit to about 2-3 weeks ago, Anton. 2 great men. Round of applause for y'all 2 brothers, man. Y'all great examples of what a black king supposed to look like, man. Round of applause for y'all, man. Standing ovation for y'all, straight up. Y'all take care of y'all's households. You know what I'm saying? Just everything with a boy transition into a man. They definitely should take a page out of y'all's book and apply it to their book. You know what I'm saying? I respect y'all. Even though I don't agree with everything, and ain't nobody gonna agree with everything with a person. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of respect from what I've seen from you 2 brothers so far. You know what I'm saying? I've been hip to Tariq Nasheed a little bit longer than Anton Daniels. I got hip to Tariq Nasheed close to about a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get into this subject, reparations. Now these 2 men are great men. You know what I'm saying? With 2 different opinions on reparations. My opinion on reparations, yes, as black people, all the things that they did to us to keep us back, we deserve reparations. My opinion, it's being a dream sold to us that we gonna get reparations, at least right now. You know what I'm saying? Now in the future, anything can happen. But as of right now, it's a dream being sold. Especially when I've been seeing stuff a couple weeks ago in the headlines about $5 million a person and all that. I knew like, oh man, they playing with y'all, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Why that is really a real dream right now. We did it to ourselves because as a black community, we run off straight emotion. They know that about us. You look on Netflix, there's a documentary about social media, and like they tell you on the documentary that they've been studying us. Been studying us. It's billions of dollars that go into studying us and seeing how we run off of emotion. Strictly on social media and all that. We are biggest downfall. As of now, you know what I'm saying? And we let them trick us out the spot of even considering really getting reparations. You know what I'm saying? We let people convince us that our vote don't matter. I used to, when I was in the streets and I wasn't on the side of really trying to do things the legal way, I didn't care about no vote. But when I started really pursuing and trying to build a business, that's when I seen the value of my vote. When I started trying to pursue federal contracts for my business, that's when I seen the importance of a vote. That's when I really was like, you know what, I need to some kind of way spread this information. When I started learning, I was like, oh my God, I gotta get this info to somebody else like me. But I realized that somebody else like me ain't trying to hear what we really need to hear to really get from being in the back of the line. You know what I'm saying? Now you got two great brothers, Tariq, Nasheed, and Anton, right, with two different opinions. One that is feeling like holding rallies and cheering us on to getting reparations, and then you got one that's like F your reparations, Anton Daniels. You know what I'm saying? And I understand where both is coming from with their opinions. I don't really. It is disappointing at times since I've been hip to Anton Daniels for like about almost a month now. It is a little disappointing seeing when he's having these discussions. I respect that he's willing to have this discussion with anybody, but how he abash the black man and saying the black man is begging and got his hand out when trying to spark the conversation about reparations, but he won't acknowledge that as far as the Caucasians, they paying themselves reparations annually. So it's like, okay, if you going down the black man for sparking a conversation about trying to get something we owe because of lack of knowledge, really, and off of emotion, like if you gonna scream to the mountaintops this and that about us, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna acknowledge that the white man is paying him and the white female reparations annually? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna explain that too. I'm gonna try to hurry up and not be too drawn out with the video. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, these are two great examples. I've taken a liking to two of these brothers, man, because we need more images of brothers like these two guys, man. Their image, their narrative, their opinions, their knowledge, shit, everything about them is important, man, to a black boy transition into a man. I'd rather a black boy transition into a man take a page out of one of them two brothers' books than I ain't gonna say no names, you know what I'm saying, but somebody pushing an ignorant narrative of a black man, you know what I'm saying? But we did that far as it being a dream getting sold to us on reparations, because we run off of emotions. The most powerful, influential moves get made silently. when the Democrats been knew like they had our vote for the blacks that do vote. They know that we just gonna vote for Democrat regardless. We don't really care about this, that. We just y'all got our vote. We voting Democrat. So they don't care about what we need, what we want. You remember Joe Biden when he had that interview with Charlemagne? Like he literally told you, man, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like, that's how they look at it. Man, you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He ain't say nothing like if you don't vote for me, you don't care about the getting the budget up for minority-owned businesses. He just said if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like that's because it's a guaranteed vote. But they definitely been noticing like, okay, well we need to have a backup plan because first of all the numbers is dwindling as far as them even voting, and now narratives is getting pushed that to not even vote. So let's just play on their emotion and help us get these foreigners into the country, and then we ain't even gonna need they vote. I just seen a video that Anton Daniels that dropped with Umar Johnson, responding to Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson was speaking on it was a survey or something being done. Pretty much two out of three Americans don't even want blacks to get reparations. So my question to the black community who are pushing for reparations, how do you think we gonna get reparations without the Congress getting it done? The people in the politicians, the president, somebody in those offices getting it done. And we ain't even voting for nobody. We ain't making this no type of demands for the person we want to vote for. We just holding rallies and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, we let them play on our emotions, and we was so against Trump. In the meantime, and our voice was the main voice. We was front line to get the foreigners into the country, and the same foreigners that we was fighting to get in the country, they don't want us to have reparations. They don't care about that. Every 10 foreigners that come in the country, you got about 5 of them that don't even like niggas, black people, black man. You know what I'm saying? We let them rock us to sleep with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's, as of right now, we did it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Until we stop being divided, we get on one page, we start getting into these voting booths and letting our vote be our voice, then we'll have a chance at getting reparations. But until then, we selling ourselves a dream. They looking at us like that Ice Spice song, like, oh man, they in they mood. You know what I'm saying? You know, like a man that got a girl that pout a lot, that don't let that shit play. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no scent. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. As far as this example, I'm using the men that put their foot down, not them spineless men. You know what I'm saying? But the men that with a spine. You know that when your woman just having a fit, a tantrum, you ain't about to let that really dictate how important like a decision needs to be made. You know she ain't gonna leave you over that little tantrum. You know what I'm saying? Not something that's ain't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just know to give her some space and let her get over that. That's pretty much what they doing as far as with us with these reparations. Just get them some space. They throwing a tantrum. Just give them a little time. Worst case scenario, we got our side piece, which is these foreigners. We let them. They helped us bring into the country. If it get too bad and we got to break up with the black community, we have the foreigners that they helped us bring in. We have they vote. So we did that to ourselves. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is there's still something we could focus on to help better the community, help better us, help bring the crime down, help move us from the back of the line. Because I'm going to let y'all in on something. The foreigners that's coming in to the country, they paying attention to this game I'm about to say, this info. They coming into the country and they taking advantage of this. And see, when I started my YouTube, if you look at like my first videos, that was my motivation because I was pursuing federal contracts, and I seen how hard it was in the all the yellow tape, whatever that saying is. I just seen how hard it was and all these steps I had to take just to, you know what I'm saying, try to qualify for a federal contract. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I started taking classes and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I started learning the importance and the budget and how much the government spends with businesses annually. And then I started looking up the contracts that I could get just with a cleaning company. So yeah, somebody that don't know and they like, boy, man, it's 100,000 people with cleaning companies. Yeah, but do you know a person with a cleaning company that got federal contracts, they become millionaires by their second, third contract. That second, third contract is worth damn near $1 million or better for 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Federal contracts is where real wealth is generated. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? The government spends damn near about $650 billion a year on goods and services with businesses. That's a fact. Yearly, let me play something real quick for you. Remember, I just gave you that number. Annually, the government spends damn near or more $650 billion on goods and services with contracts to businesses. This is something they don't want us to speak on. They'd rather us keep speaking on and fighting for reparations than to start fighting for more of that, the government to spend with minority black businesses. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the about 6 months ago, at the Georgia governor's debate with Stacey Abrams and Brian Kemp, when they faced off and had a debate, she asked them about it because it ain't no secret. Like I said, like 650 billion, right? Now you got white male business owners, white female business owners, black female business owners, black males, Chinese males, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? All type of nationalities, business owners, right? That gets broken down. That 650 billion get broken down to. Now off top, before anybody touched that, out of that 650, about 450 gets taken out that big old pie and goes.
Power off.
Let me bring that back
on. Power on.
Excuse that. But goes to white male business owners.
Bluetooth connected.
Out of 650, 450 of that pie goes to white male business owners. Then you got about 200 or less. I'll say about 180 left, right? 450 of that get taken out right to the white male business owners, and then white males. You still got the rest of that is small, goes to small businesses, and you still have white male small business owners. So another, let me say, another about 15-16 billion of what's left goes to white male small business owners. So then the rest of that's about 150 billion left. Out of 650 gets broken down into every other person, including the white female that's put into the minority category, which gets the most out of all other business owners. So the white male business owner off top gets 450, and then steps back in, gets another 15 to 16 billion, and then the rest of that little pie, which is about 150 left. The white female, which is considered a minority, she gets the most out of everybody. And what's crazy is, out of all them people that's left, the black woman, round of applause to you, baby girl. The black woman is the biggest business owner left out of all them people. It's more black out of all them, out of Chinese man, Chinese woman, Mexican woman, black man, the every nationality, the black woman comes in second as far as business owners. But you got it. I've even seen videos from Anton and shout out to Anton. You know what I'm saying? But so many videos. The black woman is this. She's aggressive. She's done. She's so angry. She just doesn't know how to talk to people. She know how to talk to people when it comes to that bag and conducting business. Because out of all the people, next after the white man, the black woman is second as far as business owners. But you know what's sad? She get not even half of what out of what's left of that money. The white female comes in second as far as getting their hands on that bread. The black woman, which comes in second as far as business owners, is at the back of the line out of everybody as far as getting that money. They get about 4% of that bread that's left. 4%. When they damn near not double the white women and business owners, but let me see. I think it's like 22, 23%. Out of all these minorities, 23% of that is black women. I think like 15% is white women. But white women get like triple the amount that the black women are entitled to. That's getting their hands on. So instead of reparations, let's change this. Let's speak on this. Let's go to the voting polls about this. But shout out to the black woman for all the odds against y'all, man. The narratives that get painted on y'all, and this and that, and all this. Man, y'all second place, man. Second place. And I ain't on no pandering shit. I just call it like I see it. I call it like I see it. So my question for Anton is, if you scream loudly that the black man is begging, and how I just broke down yearly how that money, and that ain't going to people that's begging, that these are going to business owners with employees. You know what I'm saying? How that pie I just broke down get broken down. If you consider the black man is begging and got his hand out because he's sparking a conversation, my question is, do you consider the white man getting a hand out as well? Because he's setting himself up, rocking us to sleep silently, taking the majority of the bread for himself, and then sliding what's left. He making sure the white female get the majority of that. That's the only thing, like, when I say that, I say it's disappointing when this narrative's getting painted like the black man is just begging. You know what I'm saying? But I remember watching the debate with Stacey Abrams, the Atlanta governors. I'm gonna play this for y'all real quick. She asked him about this. I think like 48% of the business owners in Atlanta or Georgia, period, the state of Georgia, is blacks or minorities. I can't remember. I'm about to play it. But they only receive a small number of them federal contracts, which would generate real wealth. Man, that governor he didn't even answer it. He danced around the question. I'm about to play that for y'all. Because this, like I said, the real power moves get made in silence. He didn't even want to speak. He like, we're not even speaking on that. We don't even want to get a conversation started on that. So my thing is to people with big platforms, these business owners and all that, instead of entertaining this reparation talk, let's spread the real knowledge that we need. You know what I'm saying? Which is, y'all need to focus on putting people in office that's going to get our blacks these business opportunities to grow their businesses the right way, because yearly they giving black business owners crumbs and they keeping everything else because we don't care. We don't even care to make it an issue. We ain't speaking on that. We ain't making that a priority for us. But this was that debate, and she asked him about that.
That's your question to Brian Kemp.
Absolutely. Mr. Kemp, under your leadership, there is currently a 100-year gap between minority-owned businesses and majority-owned businesses. Although minorities comprise 48% of the population, they only generate 12.2% of the business revenue in the state. And under every analysis that we have seen, it will take 100 years to close that gap, given the current process that you have in place. You served 4 years in the Senate, 8 years as Secretary of State in charge of businesses. You served 4 years as governor. What are your concrete, specific, targeted plans to decrease and address the racial equity gap currently facing contracting and purchasing for minority-owned businesses?
Governor Kemp?
Well, I would remind Georgians that the first part of my plan was keeping our state open for business and allowing all business people and working Georgians to work when Stacey Abrams was criticizing me for doing that. Also pushing to get our kids back in the classroom when, again, Stacey Abrams was criticizing me for doing that. A lot of Georgians, including African Americans and other minorities, cannot go to work if their kids are not in the classroom. We have the lowest unemployment rate in the country for African Americans. We also were named we're in the top 10 of the states for black entrepreneurship in the state of Georgia. So our economy is incredible, and we will continue to work with all of those entrepreneurs in the days ahead and working class Georgians, because we are the ones that have been fighting for you when Miss Abrams was not. We were giving tax refunds. We were doing tax cuts. We were suspending the gas tax to help you deal with 40-year high inflation when she was criticizing us.
Stacey Abrams, 30-second rebuttal.
I would point out that Mr. Kemp did not address the needs of purchasing and contracts for black and brown owned businesses, which is what he has refused to do for the last 16 years. We know that $10.9 billion has been delivered to the state of Georgia through 2 recent acts at the congressional level. And Brian Kemp does not have a plan for making certain that people of color have access to those contracts, access to purchasing. It was only in July of this year that he finally acknowledged that there might be a problem. He has said that we need to study it. I would tell him, just cheat off of my paper. I know the answer. We need a governor who actually believes in equity, racial equity, economic equity in the state of Georgia, and I will deliver.
Thank you.
Man, he danced around that question so crazy, because that's where the real wealth is generated. That's what's really going to help change our communities, man. Man, he danced around that question. He did not answer that question. You know what I'm saying? But we don't care about that. That's what we screaming about, reparations that we ain't gonna get, that we are the reason why, because we lead off of emotion, help get foreigners into the country, that now we are gonna have to compete. Let's say we do start focusing on what we need to, which is pursuing these contracts, so we can, everybody got a dream, everybody wanna do this and do that. This federal money that's available, y'all always ask yourselves this question, right? How do foreigners come into the country and it's a corner store on every corner, it's a gas station, all these businesses owned by foreigners, right? They didn't come here with paper. No, they come here and then they look up, oh man, y'all got this right here set aside for minorities. Okay, what do I need to do to get this? And then they go get that. We ain't pursuing that money. So it's there. The little bit that is there. They looked at it, they seen that we don't care about that bread before even the foreigners came. They like, and it didn't became normal to where they just start just putting it, what? These blacks don't care about this bread. They keep just burying it in the backyard because we don't even care about it. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is to people like Anton Daniels and Tariq Nasheed, people with platforms, you know what I'm saying? First to Tariq Nasheed, you know what I'm saying? Instead of selling this dream about reparations that we probably ain't gonna get, because I remember when you was telling people not to vote. Start telling our black people, let's vote. Let's start at the state bases. Let our governors, or let's go to the mayor, these meetings, city council meetings, and start changing small stuff in our cities. You know what I'm saying? As far as gentrification, and let's vote. Let's let our voice be the vote. You know what I'm saying? Because white males and white females been building generational wealth just off of the money the government spends annually on goods and services that nobody with a platform is telling our entrepreneurs, our black entrepreneurs, to pursue, because it's rightfully ours. So instead of telling people not vote, spread the right information that's needed, man, so we can get ahead. Because if a person that got a soul food spot, right, she go get the money that's rightfully hers, right, upgrading her soul food spot, or a hair and nails store, you know what I'm saying, spot in the hood, by going and getting that federal money that's rightfully hers. And she got a dream in her head, like, man, you know what, even though I'm from the east side, I got people all in the north and all that. I wanna open up a hair and nails salon or a soul food spot on the east, south, west, north. You know what I'm saying? North, all the sides of town in my city. She got the right. This is America. She got the right to pursue that, and I have to be discouraged by that. You know what I'm saying? She got a right to go get that money that's set aside for minorities and pursue that dream. And then when she pursue that dream and it becomes successful, she gonna generate generational wealth for her and her family. She gonna employ more young girls and more young boys in the neighborhood. They gonna take a page out of her book. She gonna give knowledge and game to them how to pursue more grants and federal money for their dreams that they got. And then they gonna go pursue that and open up more businesses in the community and employ more people. And it's gonna be less violence, because more teenagers is more busy now and more working and more motivated. That's how we stop all the drama, the black on black crime and all that. That's how we get ahead. First, we gotta take accountability. We gotta go pursue the knowledge. We gotta get the people in office that's gonna say, you know what, yes, what they doing yearly is wrong. As far as this, if it's 650 billion, there's no way that all these different minorities is only splitting up 150 billion of that 650 billion. Nah, first of all, if y'all put me in office, nah, we splitting all that evenly to all business owners and to ones that's coming up and got a dream and trying to pursue something. So yes, in a way, fuck reparations, because that ain't nothing but a dream getting sold. We talk every time I hear a conversation about reparations, it's about because of some shit what our people went through in the past. When we going through shit today. So let's talk about what we going through today, because they don't give a damn about the past. They don't give a damn about what our people went through. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they looking at that every time a nigga talking emotionally about what our people went through in the past. You might as well play that Ice Spice song in the background, because you in your mood. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? It's shit you getting finessed today. Talk about that. You know what I'm saying? It's Bezo, man. I should have played some damn cooking music, because that was really cooking. This ain't no raindrops. This cooking. And when I really started cooking, I really should have, you know what I'm saying? When I started going, that's sizzling. And then when I started really going, really cooking. You know what I mean? But respectfully though, man, shout out to them two brothers, Tariq, Nasheed, and Anton Daniels. Great examples of what a black man supposed to be, man. You supposed to be able to take care of your family, be in the household to take care of your family, have your family on trips, being there for your family. You know what I'm saying? Even though Anton do come off to me a little bit egotistical, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing, though. You got a right to be, brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. I'm a small fry right now, you dig? But I'm down for any debate, any conversation. Conversation rule the nation. You know what I'm saying? And I am glad that brothers is having these conversations, because even though I think reparations is a dream being sold, I think it's a gateway to the conversations that really need to be had. Like the example I just gave, far as the budget for our businesses to really build generational wealth. This Bezo, I said what I said. I'm going to stand on what I say all day. Make it make sense. Big dog talk. Peace.